Warm greeting to Mr. Nizam Asmal and my fellow friends. Our course code is DPB50123 Human Resource Management. So today we are going to talk about chapter 7, that is Industrial Relation and Trade Union. My name is Livesha Sandrasekran and my fellow group mates are Taarani Subramaniam and Shalini Sevabalan. Now we are going to have a look on our table of content. So in our presentation slide, there are got introduction about company and union, industrial dispute or issues, detail of involvement and the process involved, settlement and the conclusion. Now I'm going to start with introduction of HSBC Bank Malaysia Bharat. HSBC Bank Malaysia Bharat is one of the leading international bank in Malaysia and a subsidiary of the HSBC Group, a global financial institution headquartered in London. The bank provides various financial services including personal, commercial and investment banking and employ a large number of staff across the country. As the major employer, HSBC operate under the Malaysia Act labor laws such as the Industrial Relation Act 1967 and the Employment Act 1955, which guide the fair and ethical employment practices. The next introduction about National Union of Bank Employees Newbie. The National Union of Bank Employees Newbie is a registered trade union representing clerical and non-clerical workers in Malaysia's banking industry. Newbie main objective is to protect the rights, welfare, and the working condition of its members by negotiating fair terms and resolving dispute with employers. This case between HSBC and the Newbie reflect the real challenges that arise in the industrial relations, especially balancing the power between management, authority, and the employer's right to participate in law trade union activities. This highlights the importance of the ethical and the fair human resource practices in maintaining harmony and the trust between employers and employees. The next part of slide, I am going to talk about the industrial dispute or the issues of this case. The first issue of this case is dispute between HSBC Bank Malaysia Bharat and the employee who was also a UB officer. The second issue is employee joined a picketing and a protest over unresolved trade dispute. The third issue is posted critical comment on social media, for example, HSBC liar. The next issue of this case is HSBC viewed this as misconduct and decided to terminate the employee. And the last issue of this case is Newbie argued the action were lawful trade union activities under the Industrial Relation Act 1967. So from this we can summarize the main issue in this case was whether HSBC decision is dismissed the employee was fair and justified or whether it violated its right as a union representative. So that's all from me. Next, I'm going to pass to my friend Tarni.
Good morning to sir. My name is Taarani Subramaniam. So I continue with third parties involvement and the process involved. The first one is the union officer role. An officer from the bank's workers unions in UB help lead a legal protest against their employers HSBC Bank. The second one is aggressive but lawful conduct. During the protests, this officer was very critical of the bank in public, including on social media. They used strong knowledge like calling the bank a liar online. The third one is employer disciplinary action. HSBC management saw this public criticism as a serious offense. They feel it damaged the bank's reputation and broke company rules. Because of this, they fired the employee. The last one is referred to the industry court. The employee in the union believed the firing was unfair. They argued it was punishment for participants in the legal union protest. They took the case to a special court, the industrial court, to decide who was correct.
Good morning to Mr. Nizam. I myself am Shalini Sevabalan. I would like to continue this presentation in settlement part. So in this case, the settlement was reached through the industrial court's decision which ruled in favor of new officer The court determined that the dismissal carried out by HSBC Bank Malaysia Berhad was without just cause or excuse, as the employees' action were part of the legitimate trade union activities protected under the Industrial Relations Act 1967. The settlement affirmed several key outcomes. So the first key outcome is the employees' participation in picketing, protesting, and making public statement was lawful trade union involvement and not misconduct. So the second key outcome is the bank was not permitted to punish or dismiss an employee for engaging in union activities related to an ongoing industrial dispute. And the third key outcome is the industrial court ruling effectively reinstated the employee's right, providing remedy for wrongful dismissal and strengthening union protection in Malaysia. This settlement reinforced the legal requirement for employees to respect industrial relation processes and to avoid retaliatory actions against union representations. In conclusion, the HSBC Nuke case highlights that the employee engaged in lawful union activities are protected under the Industrial Relations Act 1967. The industrial court decision reinforced that the employees cannot dismiss or discipline workers for participating in legitimate industrial action. The industrial court judgment serves as a reminder that trade union activities are legally protected. Disciplinary action cannot be imposed for actions taken in good faith during an industrial dispute. Ethical and lawful conduct must guide both employers and union representatives in resolving workplace conflicts. Overall, the case strengthens fair industrial relation practices by promoting respect for workers' rights, ensuring that disputes are handled through proper and legal ethical channels. And with this, we have come to an end of our presentation. Thank you.